Onthebuzzer.com. We're back. So is SC. NCAA,
Mr. Bandwagon.
Mr. Homer, I'm back. NCAA recap of last weekend's games. Week 7. Eddie, I gotta admit, you didn't do that bad this weekend.
A crazy year just keeps getting crazier.
It's getting crazy.
Another top team goes down. LSU, triple overtime to Kentucky. Mr. Guru, I hate to give this guy any credit whatsoever.
Just give us this much. They were favored.
I'll give you this much.
LSU favored by 10 at Kentucky. I said it. I picked it. Kentucky. Watch out for that.
Solid pick.
Triple overtime. What a game that was.
It was a sick game. It was worth the hype. The game itself was extremely entertaining. And
did they choke? Did LSU choke?
Listen, Andre Woodson is pretty awesome.
Heisman?
Let me tell you. Well.
Can we talk about it?
As my good friend Petros Papadakis said, if you jumble everything together, throw them in the machine, and try to pick your bet, the perfect quarterback, Andre Woodson's the guy. The guy's got an arm. He's poised. He's got leadership. I don't know about a Heisman, but he's an NFL product.
Well, they got a big game coming up next week, and we'll talk about that in the next segment. But let's move on to Oregon State at Cal. Number 2, they could have gone to number 1, but
I said Cal's going to be a little slow coming out of the gates. They had a bye week, and listen, good game. They should have won the game at the end.
They blew it. That was a coaching mistake.
Listen, it's
Tedford.
But don't say that it's not the quarterback's mistake. Okay, he's been playing quarterback. I'm sure for a long time now. It's high school, Pop Warner.
Definitely.
You know that you can't take a sack. You know that you're not going to run the ball. You know you got to throw the ball away.
14
and he
seconds,
screwed up. Now,
timeouts.
if I'm Tedford, I tell the guy, under no circumstances are you going to get sacked.
You don't think you told him that?
I don't know. I mean, if I tell someone under no circumstances, then you're going to throw that ball as hard and as far as you can when you're under pressure.
I don't even know if you need to tell him that. The guy should have known.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can give the guy some credit for bringing him back, first and foremost. I mean, the guy did a pretty kick-ass job in place of Nate Longshore. But, hey, Cal had their chance. We should have close.
We should have stuck to my instincts. Oregon had beaten Cal the last 3 times at Cal.
If I'm not mistaken, I said take Oregon plus 14.
Did you say that?
Check my website.
I gotta check the website. We'll check it later on. Let's also talk about Boston College at Notre Dame. Notre Dame just keeps on losing.
Well, we knew it was going to be a loss. And Boston College, they're ranked like 3 now? I mean, Boston College.
I know, I'm sure. I don't know
this
what
is
to say
pretty crazy.
Boston College. Everyone's saying they're overrated, they haven't done anything, but they keep on winning.
I'll tell you one thing.
I'm not taking anything away from them.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a good time to be a Boston resident right now.
Big time. Patriots,
Red Sox, Boston College.
Right now.
Hey, they're in the playoffs.
I know.
Right? Your Angels were in the playoffs.
We got nothing in LA going for us right now. Let's talk about. You can probably tell that we're USC fans over here by Eddie's hat. But let's talk about Arizona, USC. USC wins, but still drops in the rankings.
Well, not very impressive. They beat a team that they had to beat.
Tell us about Mark Sanchez.
Well,
you were at the game
let me explain to all the haters out there what the problem is. When you have backups to the backups playing, then you're going to have problems. The offensive line is in shambles. Your starting running back's not there. Your other running back, C.J. Gable's out for the year. Chauncey Washington, who barely played, who's barely played in college, is your quarterback, is your running back. And last week Joe McKnight, shades of Reggie Bush. Well, they say he might come back this week.
They're hurting big time. Their receivers, I don't think, are stepping up. For their tight end to be their leading receiver on the team, I'm shocked. I mean, these guys, aren't they blue chip guys? Vidal Hazelton, Patrick Turner. What's going on?
They are blue chip guys, but the problem is you got to throw to them and give them chances for them to shine. And the problem is right now their offensive line is in shambles. When Booty was there, he wasn't. He's no Heisman. He's no Heisman, that's for sure. And now he's gone because of a broken finger. Mark Sanchez. He did okay in the second half, but he still threw 2 picks in the first. He only had 130 yards. They pulled it out. They did what they had to do.
The defense kept him in.
I said that they would cover, but that was stupid of me, obviously, because how do you expect the team to cover?
Stupid.
Listen, all I know is Arizona's a pretty bad team. They should have covered.
You're thinking with your emotions right now, Ed.
I'm thinking, which is much more than what I can say for you.
All right, let's talk about Ohio State. Number 1, Ohio State. They keep on rolling. And I said it last week. This team is rolling to the national title.
Listen, I've been calling them the Luck Eyes for years, and there's a reason. All right, because these guys, somehow they just find a way to get to the top and make it into the national championship game. It seems like every year.
They got one tough game left, maybe two. Penn State,
well,
Michigan.
Listen, Penn State's not that good. Okay, we'll talk about them in a little bit. And Michigan, listen, they're on the rise, so that's going to be their toughest game. But other than that, Ohio State's, they've pretty much breezed through the Big Ten. Big Ten really almost sucks this year.
Yeah.
And, they've pretty much cruised through the Big Ten, and now, they have a chance to play the national championship game. And listen, not only are they winning, but they're winning pretty big. I mean,
they're pounding.
It's not like they're beating the Kent States and, whoever by 10 points. I guess he's doing. They're pounding. They're a good team. They haven't played anybody, so we have to wait and see what happens when they play someone good.
Let's talk about Wisconsin at Penn State. Now
let's not talk about Wisconsin.
This guy that was here, let's kick them off for this week. He said Wisconsin, Ron Zook, Illinois, this, that.
And he's going to be lucky to be let back on the show.
Yeah, he's on probation right now.
He told me to say something to you, by the way.
That's what he gets for picking Wisconsin. We both took Penn State, and well, if you had put your money on it, we would have gotten it.
Wisconsin, I mean, top 25 for a couple of weeks in a row. They just kept dropping. You know what? They don't even deserve to be top 50 right now. They've gone from bad to worse week in and week out.
The Badgers are worthless. I'm sorry.
And frankly, a bad Penn State team. I mean, listen, they're an above-average team, but I'm not too impressed by them. They pounded Wisconsin. Wisconsin was never in the game. So adios, Wisconsin. It was nice having you in the top 25.
Let's talk about one game that I was completely wrong on, and I'll admit it because I know you guys have been posting, commenting on about it all week. Florida, Central Florida. Okay, they blew them out. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Do me a favor.
Just forgive me once. I got one wrong.
He deserves everything he gets from you guys, but give me some credit too. You know what hurts him more than ragging on him is if people compliment me. So if you guys really want to get to him, compliment me.
Please don't.
It was my lock of the week. Once again, I nailed my lock of the week.
Compliment the computer or something. Don't compliment him.
I said, Florida was favored by 11,
and they ripped them.
I said they're going to rip them a new one, and they did. What was the final score? 64 to something.
It was more than I could count. I know that much.
It was a blowout. And listen, man, the Bulls are for real. I keep saying it every year. Every week, but they haven't done anything for me to think otherwise.
You're right. I don't believe the hype. Who knows what happens the rest of the season?
What do you mean you don't believe the hype?
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's move on.
Keep sending.
We're short on time, Andy. Don't send me anything.
Let's go.
Let's talk about Purdue and Michigan. Michigan looks like they're jumping back into the 25.
Are they back? Dare we say Michigan is coming back?
I'm not giving it. Too late. Too little. Too late.
Mike Hart has single-handedly put this team on his shoulders, and the guy's a warrior. Now he got injured, but listen. If I know Mike Hart, he's coming back.
Yeah, he's a soldier.
And Michigan, it's so many guys came back this year because they thought they had a chance. They had a chance at the national championship. It's been so disappointing from the get-go. But listen, let's give them credit where credit's due. In the beginning of the year, they wanted Lloyd Carr out. Everybody was asking for his hanging.
Lloyd Carr sucks.
He sucks.
Lloyd Carr.
Where are these signs? You guys were holding up signs at the games at the Big House, remember?
But now the car started to run and they're going at 65 miles per hour, huh?
And you know what? I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year.
Just beat Ohio State.
They may have dug themselves too big of a hole for them to crawl out of. But they're winning games now and they're starting to look pretty decent.
All right, guys, you heard it right here. Next week, watch out for our picks for Week 8. USC. Let's do it. Fight on. That was a nice stump. Onthebuzzer.com. We'll see you on next time. I might be coming from the hospital bed.
Because of these guns.